Hey, it's great to see you again for the abundance journey. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to talk with you about change is good. Change is good. And I got a question for you. Are you at a space in your life right now where something just isn't lining up the way you want it to? It might be a relationship that you have, somebody in your family, one of your friends. It could be relationships with prospects just aren't where you want them to be. It could be that you just aren't feeling it. You don't feel like you're that engaged with what you're doing. You're not in love with life anymore. Something is slowing you down. Something is stopping you from creating the life of your dreams. If that's you, I've got one word for you. Are you ready? Congratulations! I'm so psyched for you. I know this is counterintuitive. I know that it's probably a little shocking when you're feeling the discomfort to have when someone say, congratulations. But honestly, there's a reason for your discomfort. Step one, when it comes to discomfort, own what you feel. It's real, and you need to acknowledge how you're feeling. If you're frustrated, if you're angry, if you're just irritated, if you're exhausted from all of this stuff happening over and over and over again, you just don't see a way out, acknowledge how you feel. Step two, get excited, because this is a sign that the divine is encouraging you to expand, that there's so much more for you. And it's just inviting you to be ready for growth. Are you ready for growth is really the key question that you're being asked every time you feel discomfort. So where you are right now, I don't know if you've ever watched the TV show America's Got Talent, or you've seen one of the videos of somebody who won the golden buzzer. Well, if you watch people, they do their performance and then the judges are talking amongst themselves and the poor person is up there on stage and they look really confused. Like they don't know what's going to happen next. They're a little unsure. They're a little nervous. They're like, oh, what's going to happen here? And all of a sudden, seconds later, there's that golden buzzer. Well, you are seconds away from your golden buzzer. And that's why I'm so excited for you. Okay. I'm not rated on your parade, honestly. I'm getting excited for you because I'm trying to get you into that energy of excitement. Now, I call that energy, yeah, baby. This is where you're just so passionate. You're so excited. You're so enthusiastic. You can't wait for what's next. So step one is to notice that you want something to change. Notice that you want something to change. And I want you to think about this for a minute. If you think about a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is you're miserable, this is just not happening for you, and you really, really want it to change, okay? A 10 is, I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. It's just, this is my life and this is my lot and this is what I'm dealing with. Where are you on that scale from 1 to 10? Because until you hit 1, until you hit that low level where, oh my gosh, I am so sick of this. I really don't want to deal with this anymore. You have to get to that space before you can go to step 2. Step 2 is commitment. Step 1 is change. I want something to change. Okay. It's up to you to then go from I want something to change to I am committed to change. Now, I want to make a distinction for you right now, because that commitment is your intention. Your intention is how you want to feel, how you want to show up for yourself and for others. Okay. So you don't have to have everything figured out. That's not the idea. The idea is that you go, okay, here's where I am right now, and it stinks. And here's where I want to be. Where I want to be is my new commitment. My commitment to myself, my commitment to the people I work with, my commitment to my family, my friends. This is my new commitment. This is my new identity. This is who I am now. And when you've got that level of clarity around your commitment, it's amazing how things start to open up for you because your intention pulls you along towards everything else that you want. Now, it's really important that it's not just about you. Your intention is designed to empower you so you can be there for others because you make a massive difference in the world just by showing up, just by you being you. And you have to be interested enough in what you're doing and tie what you're doing for yourself to how it impacts and benefits others at the same time. That is a powerful intention. So I want to give you an example. Right now, I'm about 60 pounds higher than I choose to be, than my healthy weight is. And that's a function of making some poor food choices during the pandemic. One of the poor food choices I made during the pandemic was drinking a lot of wine. Now, I know nothing against people who drink wine, but I made a decision that had to change. And I made a new commitment to myself that for me, my new identity is I'm just not the kind of person who drinks alcohol anymore. I don't have any issue with other people drinking alcohol. That's fine. This is not like Alcoholics Anonymous or a 12-step program. I wasn't facing an addiction situation. For me, I was looking at it as how it contributes to my health and how it contributes to my healthy weight. And I decided this was a food group that needed to go. So I made this new identity for myself that I'm just not the kind of person who drinks alcohol anymore. And I'm very accepting of others. So the way this impacts me is I show up for myself in a different way. I'm not always reaching for something to just kind of dull the discomfort. I can accept whatever is happening in the moment, and I can make a healthy choice as something to drink in a social environment and still have a great time and still be bubbly and happy and excited and full of fun. So it's great because I'm able to support other people where they are with their choices. It's perfectly fine. And I'm supporting myself making healthy choices at the same time. Okay. I have a new intention. I'm just not the kind of person who drinks alcohol anymore. That's just not who I am. So when you've got that level of commitment, it's really interesting what happens. Step one is I want a change. Step two is I'm really committed to a new intention, a new identity of who I'm being in the moment. Step three is choices. All of a sudden, all these new choices start to show up that just weren't even in your awareness before. They might have been around you, but because you kind of had tunnel vision, you were so wedded to what you always have done. And now you're like, man, I got to change something. This has got to be different. And you've got your new commitment. All of a sudden, these choices start to become much more obvious to you. It was really interesting. I want to share an example of how this showed up for me recently. So I kept seeing all these things about how meditation is a super powerful health decision that you make every day. And by meditating, you improve your breathing, you improve your sleep, quality of your sleep, you improve digestion. There's so many health benefits to meditation. And I'm not going to point out all the details, but I just kept seeing over and over and over again, this was a must do, not an optional, a must do. So since I had this commitment that I wanted to make some healthy choices, I was like, man, I really need to find a meditation program that'll work for me. Well, I was reading a book. I felt guided to read this book. And the book is called The Secret Language of Feelings. The Secret Language of Feelings. And I really enjoyed that book. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it. Well, the point I want to make is that in the middle of this book, the author happened to reference Ashaya Ascension Meditation. Ashaya Ascension Meditation, ISHAYA, Ashaya Ascension Meditation. And it was just like, boom! And before, stuff like that just went past me, right? I wasn't really paying attention to meditation. And now in the middle of this book, he didn't mention meditation anywhere else, just one sentence, and he happens to mention this, and like flashing lights went off for me. So I immediately started Googling to figure out what is this whole Ashaya meditation thing. and it looked really cool. I really liked the way they described what it was, because one of the issues that I have with meditation, I have a very active mind, very creative, and I'm getting divine downloads all the time, all the time. And sometimes I can't clear the space, right? And so I was stressing over finding a meditation practice that wouldn't require that I calm my mind and get rid of all thought. And I like the Ashaya Ascension practice because it doesn't do that. It doesn't require that. It's a very calming, accepting, non-judgmental form of meditation. So I was curious about it. And I happened to find some people in Wisconsin who were doing an orientation. And it was just over Zoom. And I thought, okay, that'd be cool. I'd love to find out a little bit more. Well, it turned out it was just me and these two guys in Wisconsin. I felt really bad for making them do this just for me, but it was really great. They explained a little bit about the concept, and they had me do a couple of different exercises with them. And I was really fascinated. And I was thinking, man, I'm in California. And it happened to be during the holidays, and there were all these canceled flights and horrible weather and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, man, I really want to learn how to do meditation now. I don't want to have to wait until the summer when it's safe to travel. And, you know, it's just way out of the way. And so I was thinking, boy, it would be so nice if there was an Ashaya Ascension meditation group near me so I could learn from somebody in my area. Well, the very next day, one of the guys who did the orientation sent me an email with a link to a group that's right near me. And they were doing the training the next weekend, like a week later. So here I had opened myself up saying, I am committed to my health. That was part 2. I made that commitment. I am committing to my good health. And my identity is now, I'm not the kind of person who drinks alcohol anymore. And I am the kind of person who meditates. I am a meditation type person, which I've never been before. But that was the identity. That was my intention. That was what I took on as my commitment. And as soon as I did that, I'm guided to the book. And then I'm guided to this particular meditation practice. And then I'm guided to a local group. And I just got the training, and it freaking rocks. And I'm doing the meditation 3 times a day. And I'm noticing some serious shifts. It's amazing how it's opening me up and clearing things out. And I'm getting even better direction from the divine. It's amazing how things are just flowing effortlessly to me. Exactly what I need at exactly the right time. And that's what you can have too. 3 simple steps. And this is why change is good. Number 1, your level of discomfort is a sign that you have an opportunity to change. And it's up to you to make that decision, that you're willing to change. And you've got to get to that space of this must change. When you're that clear, this must change, you're ready to make a commitment. Step 2, commitment, which is your identity and your intention. And once you've got that identity and intention locked in, baby, the choices are just brought to you. And all you have to do is follow the bouncing ball. You are guided all the time, constantly. And being willing to receive the guidance, being willing to act on the guidance is what your job is all about. So I hope that you are really getting the value here of why change is so good. And I want to help you change even more, because I have the Abundance Journey experience. This is a 6-week journey that you go on with me. I'm in the Jeep with you. We're in the same potholes, the same speed bumps, and I'm taking you to some specific scenic overlooks so that you can see what this journey is all about. The Abundance Journey is actually a journey of your life. Your life is designed to be a journey of abundance. And you have the opportunity to lean in and get even more abundance and get even more in flow and to have a life that is beyond all imagining, a life of joy and wonder and delight. It's your birthright. You just haven't been shown what's really going on behind the scenes and what you can do to show up and notice what's happening so that you could take advantage of all these incredible opportunities that are there for you that you just never noticed because you kind of had those blinders on. You weren't paying attention. You were looking the wrong direction. So I want you to check out theabundancejourney.com and check on the program and get some information about the program. You can either join me live or you can participate in one of the self-study groups. Either way, you will experience a profound transformation in everything you do. I'm so glad you were able to join me today. Stay tuned because we're about to activate abundance. Hey, welcome back. I'm so glad you're going to activate abundance with me. So I covered a lot of ground today, but there's one key point that I really want to hone in on for this Activate Abundance session together. Step one is gratitude. I'm so grateful that you're with me here today, and I'm grateful that you're experiencing whatever you're experiencing, because whatever you're experiencing is designed to be a blessing for you. It really is. Everything is a blessing for you. It's just you don't always notice it in the right way so that you can experience and receive the blessing that's there. That's the key. That's the difference. So I'm grateful that I'm connecting with you, that I'm adding energy to you, that I'm supporting you, that you have a system and a method you can use that will transform everything in your life. How cool is that? Really grateful for that. So step two is acknowledge something that you heard a little bit differently. I want to acknowledge your discomfort. And the part that I want to acknowledge about your discomfort is it's kind of like, it's almost like the divine is there with those semaphore flags. You know, those people who wave the plane into the terminal and they're like, you're getting closer, you're getting closer. Yeah, this way, keep coming this way. Yeah, no, a little more to your left. The divine is semaphoring with you. And that's why you're feeling this discomfort. You're getting a message. And it's up to you to be willing to receive the message and decide when you're ready to make something happen, to make a change. Okay. So I want to point out that discomfort is just a message from the divine. It's not a bad thing. It's just a message from the divine. Cool. Okay. That's two, is acknowledge something important. Discomfort is a message from the divine. Number three is appreciate the difference it can make in your life. Well, all of a sudden, when you realize that any discomfort that you're feeling for any reason, it could be back pain, it could be a challenging conversation, it could be somebody who is really rude to you, anything in your life that is discomfortable, uncomfortable. I'm making up my own words. Uncomfortable. Anything that's uncomfortable for you is a message from the divine. So that's pretty cool, because when you can acknowledge that it's just a message, then it takes a lot of the stress off, right? You can think, wow, I'm really not loving this. This is such an uncomfortable situation, and I wish it was different. Anytime you think, I really wish this was different, that's a trigger. It's like, oh, I want something to change. And the only thing that you can have change is you. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. We could be talking about war. We could be talking about challenging weather. We could be talking about starvation. The only thing that you can change is you. And when you change you change your energy. And when you change your energy, that ripples out to your entire network. And you don't know this, but you're connected to 217,360,600 people with every single thing you think, feel, say, and do. You're that powerful. You're that amazing. So yeah, what you're doing makes a difference. So I really appreciate that you can stop carrying all that baggage and just recognize, oh, I'm receiving guidance from the divine. Cool. Step 4 is to activate abundance. Now you can do that in 2 different ways. You can either pull out your calendar and make an appointment, or you design a trigger for yourself. And I recommend a trigger in this situation. So from now on, whenever you feel any discomfort of any kind, Acknowledge how you feel. That's very important. You have to acknowledge how you feel, whatever that is. Then step back for a second and go, wait a minute. Oh, this means I've graduated into a higher level. The divine loves me so much and believes in me so much that they've given me this challenging situation, this bizarre circumstance, this uncomfortable experience, because they're asking me to step it up a notch. They know I can do it. They're all over it. They're supporting me and rooting for me. And all I have to do is be willing to step in. I have to be willing to decide I want to make a change, and then make a commitment, and then make a choice, right? So how cool is that? That now you've got a process you can use every time you feel a little bit of discomfort. Step 5, celebrate your progress. Yeah, baby, you are making tons of progress. You're in the zone. All of a sudden you realize that your entire life is a series of golden buzzer moments. And there's a few of them that are just seconds before that golden buzzer is about to go off. And that's such an awesome space to be in. It's just the beginning of everything. The beginning of everything you want, everything you can enjoy, everything you can experience. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. This is Elaine Starling. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you for the next Abundance Journey.
You've been listening to the Abundance Journey Show with Elaine Starling. Visit theabundancejourney.com/podcast gifts to access today's gift, as well as gifts from our other guests. Tune in every week to activate abundance in your life and business. If something resonated with you, please share it with your friends so they can benefit too. Keep activating abundance, and we'll see you in the next episode.